Hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and Eve 11 endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and Emmett. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, Podbean, Pandora, and more as well. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show top podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags. Makes great gifts 24/7, 365 year round. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, also hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific lady who's an author and also a poet of 20 years from Cleveland, Ohio. And she's a 37-year-old single mom of a beautiful daughter and a first-time grandmother to her granddaughter. So she'll talk more about that. And she became a first-time published book author back in January 31st of 2021, a great way to start the year. And also became a first-time publisher. And it's on a book of poetry that she wrote in 2020, which is Words of Grief and Coping at 14. We'll talk about that. And she's been selected in the 2021 edition of the Stratmore's Who's Who Book of Professionals. And also, we'll talk about her great works and live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Cleveland, the amazing author of Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented and award-winning author, Tina Lowe. Tina, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us here. And you're an author and poet of 20 years from Cleveland, and you're a 37-year-old single mom of a beautiful daughter and first-time grandmother to her granddaughter. You became a first-time published book author back in January 31st of 2021. You selected in the 2021 edition of Stratmore's Who's Who Book of Professionals and became a first-time author with your work, Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven, which is Words of Grief and Coping at 14. We'll talk about that. And before we get into all that, in your amazing book, which is, by the way, on Amazon, tell us how you first got started, Tina.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Tell us how you first got started.
I was about 15 years old. I started writing because I lost my uncle. I was taking care of him before he passed. I didn't know how to handle it, so I had to write it down. So my first poem was of grief, of loss. And just from that point on, it soothed my soul to a point where I felt it comforted me enough to keep on doing it. And here I am today.
That is amazing. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you to get into writing overall?
I felt the whole thing of the strengthening of my well-being, my mental well-being, basically kept encouraging me to keep writing. And then when I read the writing out to people and they're like, that's good, keep writing, keep doing what you're doing. Then I started to draw. So now I draw my own artwork too. So I don't, just do the writing. I actually do the drawing, coloring, all the illustrations in that book. So it's basically all from my heart poured onto a piece of paper without the judgment, the criticism. And I just deal with it internally within myself instead of relying on somebody else to help me.
Mm-hmm. And then when you wrote, and before writing the book, Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven, what are some of your other writings you've done as well, too? And how'd you first get started writing?
Well, the original first time I started into writing was about 15. I went to college. I got basically I'm associate degree. I graduated from college back in 2016, but I was hit by a car
Ooh.
and which gave me traumatic brain injury, so which I don't work no more currently because of the fact of my head. Um, so basically, if I knew I couldn't do my writing physically or do my job physically, I used my mental, my mind, and my creativeness to put the effort and hard dedication to get where I'm at. And I didn't even see this even coming. It was definitely a blessing in disguise.
Hmm. And who are some of your favorite writers growing up?
Emily Dickinson. I like John Poe. Um, Anne Frank. I love the Diary of Anne Frank. I love real life storybooks. There's this book from like basically like Anne Frank, but it's called Night, and that's based on another Jew guy, Jewish person, gentleman that wrote the book, and it was so like basically I'm like maybe if somebody else can do it, I can tell my story. So I would like jot down in a notebook, and I started like writing down about my life. My name is this. She's 37 or whatever. I started actually. I was like 31 years old when I did it, and it's like I go into my mom, my dad, my daughter, and so by the time my daughter was like probably only like I think 12 or 13 at the time. She's got her 18th birthday coming up, so which I'm pretty ecstatic.
Ah,
So yeah,
hmm,
and
very nice. And how about some of your favorite books? What were your favorite books growing up?
I like the basic. I used to read all the time. I was a bookworm. My favorite of all time, what is it called? It's I have short term memory loss, so I do apologize.
It's okay.
Um, it's so I like all like Charles Dickenson's books. I like all the Emily Dickinson's. I like the John Poe, the whole book series of all his like short stories. Um, I like the Night's my one favorite, and Diary of Anne Frank is top favorite of my books that I
Hmm.
like to that I can read.
That's really interesting. You also got your own book as well, too. We'll talk about Seventh Blessing. I'm going to heaven in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, over 30 podcast platforms. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at the MikeWagnerShow.com. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia with Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, cool merchandise as well. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. And take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM and PayPal and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with author and poet, 20 years from Cleveland, Tina Lowe, here on the Mike Wagner Show, and talked about how she got started in writing and taking our experiences and writing a book, Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven. It's available on Amazon and more. And once again, tell us more about the book, Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven. And first of all, how'd you come up with the title?
My mom loved the number 7. My mom is deceased, which she was basically my rock in life, my best friend, my confidant. And blessing, it was a blessing that came in disguise. So 7th blessing, and she's in heaven.
Okay. All right. That makes perfect sense. And also, you first started, you're taking care of your uncle at 15. You don't know how to handle and maybe describe your first story as well too in detail, and maybe just a bit more in the book as well, like more of your life experiences and maybe something that's interesting, or maybe just something that's a little humorous. You can just tell us more about the first story that you wrote in the book, and then maybe just a couple of others.
Well, the seventh blessing I'm going to heaven, 2020 was a pretty rough year for me. I was going through a very bad heartbreak. So the love chapter is going to be a lot of making myself fall out of love. So it'd probably be a lot of things on how women or men feel like when somebody breaks their heart and they got to force themselves to not love that person anymore. And that's how I did. Is I wrote. I turned text messages into poetry.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it just my words. I basically I tell people like, wow, that hits hard. Like, and because he like the one that I wrote about in that book, it's all about one person in that love chapter, and he goes, wow, you can really kill somebody with words. Like it's, I guess that's my strength. But then there's also like other poems in there. My mom's birthday came around. That was the first year after she was deceased, which was her birthday. Uh, Birthday wishes up to heaven. That's to my mom. So it basically all of it is just the hardest year after my mom died, and it just I didn't know how to cope with it very well.
Hmm. And then how about another chapter two? It's like maybe something about your daughter or your granddaughter, or maybe something from childhood or anything like that. Maybe just share a few more from your book as well.
Well, actually, I have 7 books of in poetry.
Oh,
I got
damn.
2 already done and already ready to be published. The second book is all to my daughter, pretty much. So that the family one is all poems that I wrote to my daughter back in 03, 04. So I have over 150 poems that I've written, and they're all like separated in the years of when I wrote them. And I got all the names to the books. And the second, like I said, second and third books already illustrated and typed up and ready to be uh, like sent to the manuscript and to get published.
Okay.
That's
And,
on it.
and when can we expect those other books to come out?
I'm hoping this year. I plan on at least getting those two poetry books out. Plus, I got this whole binder here, which is all my poetry right here. This is all the poetry I wrote and all my own artwork that I've done.
Oh, wow. I like that. That's amazing. I love the artwork you got. Wow.
Let me show you better. So, it's not gonna work right. So, maybe if I did it this way. So that's emotions. That's in my second book that I'm about to publish. I got I got the middle where you're confused, lost, and then the mad side, which is the bottom with the flames.
Mm-hmm.
Anger, frustration, and madness. So that's all my own artwork. That's how I describe my own emotions. And like I do everything that I do from the heart. I can write with tears in my eyes and a rough draft, and I keep all my old rough drafts and just rewrite it.
Okay. And what else do you base your experiences on when it comes to your writings?
My childhood, to my past loves, because there's other exes in here that I wrote poetry to my mom, a lot to my mother. There's one to my dad, which is not a very good one. I've got to my sister and my brother. Basically just overall life experiences. I got life poems about how walking through the woods alone, like my life being an ocean with the waves, how I take them, or a storm. So I'm also I'm in between 3 novels too. So I'm writing
Wow.
3 novels right now. I
Oh,
got the path through through a woman's journey in this thing called life, Katerina and the storms from within herself, and the dwelling darkness. Those are all ones that I was talking to me on, which is going to be turned into like films, because all based on my life, and it's going to be a series. They're all going to
hmm.
intertwine.
That's rather fascinating. And then when you talked about poems directed to your exes, made me think of Fleetwood Mac. That most of Stevie Nicks' writings were directed towards her ex-lover Lindsey Buckingham, and the way to torture him is make him play the song. So maybe you just get some inspiration from Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, and I was actually watching the Motley Crue movie that they made on their life. Stevie Nicks, her
Really?
Nikki Sticks. Yeah, I was actually just watching that just yesterday.
Oh my goodness. How do you like that? Maybe Steve would get a hold of you and see if he can send some songs over. She doesn't have to do the work. So
Yeah, I mean, I also have other plans. I got a YouTube channel, so what I want to do is I can sing too. So I want to actually turn some of my poetry into music.
Hmm.
And I also got a TikTok, which I have my own company name. Fly High 21.
Ah, Fly High 21. That's interesting.
Yes. I already have my online business. So if you look up online, look up Google, you'll find my online business where it's a novelty gift shop. So how I do my own drawings, I want to make picture frames, Mother's Day gifts, Father's Day gifts, Valentine's Day calendars. I do my own artwork and do it myself.
That is very fascinating. And also, you've been selected in the 2021 edition of Strathmore's Who's Who Book of Professionals. And you also won quite a few awards. And tell us about that.
Well, I actually got nominated not once but twice
Nice.
for the career of writing, and also I got nominated twice for caregiving because I was taking care of my brother. He was shot the same year my mom passed, so I was
Ooh,
taking care of my brother and I was his caregiver. So somebody nominated me twice for caregiving.
okay.
So when they called me for that opportunity, I went for it. I got the plaque on my wall. It's actually a nice big thick plaque. I should have sent you the picture of it. And it basically they called me about
Okay, Tina, are you still with us?
they
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing, and we'll talk about what your upcoming plans for as well too, and where can we find the book, and we'll get to that in just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with author Tina Lowe of Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven after this timeout. We're back with author Tina Lowe of Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven here on the Mike Wagner Show. And, just an amazing story to hear about your book, what inspired you and everything. And I forgot to ask you, where can we find the book, Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven?
it's actually when I actually went online and I Googled my own name, I've actually found it on like 20 plus websites.
Wow.
It's actually being sold in Japan, Australia, Denmark, and Sweden.
Okay.
It's actually also being taught educational purposes in K through 12 colleges and universities. That book, Seventh Blessing. You can find it on exlibris.com. That's where that's where that's the publishing company. But you can find it on Amazon, eBay, like there's Australia websites, Japan web. I mean, I found it like everywhere. All you did, like when I just typed in my name and my Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven, it pops right up.
Wow, you're worldwide already. How you like that? That's so amazing.
It's
and,
like I need it. That blessings, it was a long time to come, but you know what? I'm grateful for it.
and I'm sure your mom is smiling right now. Good job, you're worldwide. So that is amazing. We're here with author Tina Lowe of Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven here on the Mike Wagner Show. Tina, what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond?
I plan on keep on going up. I plan on at least getting 5 or 6 books published this year. I plan on at least, seeing myself a little bit more out there. I don't, want to go. I'll go on the public, but kind of I have a society disorder, so I don't go out in the public as much. So it's kind of like I stay more to myself in a sense, I guess. So I want to be recognized for, like, I want to kind of encourage people with my words, because it's, the poetry is going to be forms of physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse. It's going to be relationship, abuse, family, things that I went through just all throughout my whole entire lifetime. And then also I'm physically sick. So I tell about myself in life, how I sit there and tell myself, you can do this, be grateful for another day. Like I wrote a poem, A New Day Dawns. Every day that I get that new day to see the sunrise is definitely a blessing for me.
Mm-hmm. And definitely as well too. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
My mother and my daughter, and now my granddaughter.
Oh, that's so amazing. They're smiling. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
The only thing I can tell people is, like, look, if you can't, my biggest thing is talking to people, because they look at you and they, like, you can tell that they're judging you. If you know that you can't talk to somebody and you feel that they're judging you, take a piece of paper. Blank piece of paper is not going to judge you and criticize you. It's going to listen and not talk back and say, this is how you should feel. Just to stay mentally encouraged and wear your heart on your sleeve, but also stay guarded as well and aware of your surroundings and people in it.
And that's very good advice as well, too. Once again, author Tina Lowe of Seventh Blessing, I'm Going to Heaven, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Tina, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again
Thank
soon.
you.
Just make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and looking forward to have you on. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or check out your book?
They basically go to, I think it's xlibrs.com, and then all you gotta do is search up my name, Tina M. Lowe, and Seventh Blessed, and I'm Going to Heaven. Either way, it'll send you right to my website, the link to my book.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Tina, very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and looking forward to having you on in 2022 and beyond. And we wish you all the best, and you've got a great future ahead of you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate for your time, taking your time out for me.